Good morning guys, how is it going? We are here in Santiago de Chile. Behind me you can see Cerro San Cristobal. You can see it's a very hazy day in Santiago, which is kind of the norm at the moment. There's been, I don't know if you've heard on the news, but there's been a lot of fires down in the south of Chile. And they're saying that some of the kind of smoke has come to Santiago and it's causing the hazy weather. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Someone told me that. I don't know if that's true. But it's a beautiful sunny day. And today we're going to head down to a new neighbourhood called Yungay, which I came to last time I was in Chile. But there's a museum there that I really wanted to go to last time and I never go around to. So we're going to go there, have a look around and see what we can find. So we've been a bit light on video content the last few weeks, just because I've been working and whatnot. But I think you're going to like Yungay. I think it's a really cool little neighbourhood. And yeah, there's a lot to see. So we're going to head down there. It's about a half-hour walk from here, so I'm going to walk down there and probably be very sweaty and gross by the time I get there. But we will see you very shortly. We've obviously just left downtown, which is there. Just this road. And I found one of my favourite drinks from last time, Inca Cola. I'm not sure what this building is. That's pretty grand. This shows we're getting closer to Yungay because the buildings are multicoloured, lots of different colours. I do remember seeing this last time. An example of this, all these different coloured houses. Really, really cool. Okay, so we've walked all the way down that road. Now we're at the Museo de Memoria y los Derechos Humanos, or the Museum of Memory and Humans, I believe it's called. In 2019 when I came down to Chile it was closed on the day we came, but we're going to go in and have a look around. And down there is a massive park, so I'm going to walk around that a bit as well. It's a really nice park. And on the other side there's like a cool little auditorium almost, with steps either side, a cool looking church in the background. And down there's the Geometry of Conscience, La Geometría de la Conciencia, and this is the museum, which is quite a cool building as well. So basically the bottom floor is all about human rights and all the kind of tragedies that took place in Chile and the memorials that have been built to people that were captured, and basically they described them as having disappeared and then executed by the government basically and the police. People who have kind of stood up for human rights. There's loads of monuments to women and other people that were taken prisoners. Yeah, it's very interesting. So we're outside the museum again. It's really, really interesting. Quite depressing, very sad, but interesting. The first floor talks about human rights and injustices around the world in Spanish, so I didn't understand most of it, but interesting. And then you go up a level and it's all about what happened in Chile in the 70s and 80s with the political coup d'etat, and when Pinochet took control, the dictatorship that followed, and how they removed people's human rights basically and killed anyone that opposed them. So really interesting. Come and have a look. If you come to Santiago, check it out. It's a really good museum. Museo de la Memoria y los Derechos Humanos. Now we're gonna, it's super hot, super sunny, as you can probably tell behind me. Super warm day here. So I'm going to go wander around. There's a nice big park behind here, so I'm going to go and check that out. Little dog's bed on the way to the park. And this is the park. It's a pretty beautiful little park. Huge kind of grand building at the back. and lots of nice greenery. So the big building inside the park is actually the Museo Nacional. So I have definitely been here before because I remember this massive thing. And there's a bison and bear, also Kodiak. And the little Arctic section. Got little penguins. Little big penguins. So the museum is inside Parque Quinta Normal, Quinta Normal, and we've got this beautiful little lake. And you can take a little boat out. I think I might burn to hell if I go on those boats, to be honest, in this heat, but pretty nice. But it is seriously hot today. It's just got to 34 degrees. Let me check that. It's 34 degrees at 4 PM. The weather kind of gets hotter during the day. So obviously it gets hotter during the day. But it gets like peak hotness 4, 5 o'clock, 4, 5, 6. So right now is peak temperature, and you can kind of see there down downtown. It's very go straight through to downtown, which is kind of like over there somewhere. But lots of nice parks in Santiago. So if you ever come here, I recommend checking out a few of the parks. The other day I went to Parque Bicentennial, I think it's called, which is also really nice, a bit further outside the city centre. This place is about 45-minute walk into the centre. The other place is further out. You get a really good view of the mountains from the other place. The mountains kind of surround the city, but this place is pretty central. So if you're here, take a little wander out to Quinta Normal, or you can get the tube, the metro, which goes into Quinta Normal. So now we're in Yungay, which is just a little neighbourhood right next to where that park was. There's all these cool little houses. I don't know what that is. Fireworks? 4 in the afternoon? Seems a bit strange. I think that is a cat cafe. Yeah, it is. But this one in particular, beautiful. Like this art here. And there's more. A really nice house there. Really cool house. There's like 3 women. Seamos guardianas de nuestro territorio. Había yellow. Are like this, just all over the road, over there. And then this is the kind of art I was talking about. It's like dedicated to people. And this one it says, una sociedad sin patrones, sin explotación. So kind of political art. There's loads of this around Yungay. I remember seeing it last time on like a guided walking tour. There's loads of it around this neighbourhood. So it's a really cool little area. And then this street has some pretty unique street art. So I think this building is actually like a big restaurant. Ocean Pacific's restaurant, Coscaruli. So it's on Agustinas, which goes all the way up to downtown, to one of the main streets into downtown. But it's quite a cool looking restaurant with those flags all the way along. On the road out of Yungay, this is really cool building, Basilica del Salvador. It's being repaired or restored currently by the government. This is the main street we walked over earlier. So there's a train coming down. Apartment blocks all the way into the city, on the way to downtown. Okay, and we're back in downtown now, and this is the President's Palace, which is absolutely massive. It goes as far that way as that building to the right, which goes all the way to Alameda, which is Avenida Libertadores Bernardo O'Higgins. Yeah, this building is absolutely huge, and massive flags outside. This is where all the issues began, in the hotel, in the museum we were at earlier. I believe it was bombed with like planes going over and whatnot. So yeah, this is where all the chaos began, I guess. And it remains the President's Palace to this day. And right next to it, you've got the Ministerio de Justicia y Derechos Humanos. And the perfect way to finish off after a long walk, 7.5 miles today, quite a long walk, is a chelada, which is lager with lime and salt. Delicious. Delicious.